Good morning, good evening, depending on what time you're watching this. I'm posting this video Thursday night. We have another virtual day for Friday. I've decided to let you all work on your own and not have a live class. So there's no WebEx today. All right. If you have any questions, ask in a class comment or by email. By the time this is posted and probably you're watching this, there will be a YouTube link that's going to explain everything on here. So right now you're not seeing it, but I'll edit my post and have a recording of my explanation here. So what I'd like you to do is look over the tasks and then complete the attendance form here, all right? So this is going to let me know that you checked in and you saw what we're supposed to do for today, and then you're going to kind of put a little description in there. So that first thing would be to complete any missing assignments from yesterday. So that would include the critiquing of the logos and working on the website update and maybe finishing a logo. All right, so new stuff for Friday. First thing is a quiz that I came up with on the color scheme and production notes that we did. So that will be, I believe, right here. All right, so it's 15 points or 14 points total, I think. All right, having everything that you guys talked about or we did on Tuesday, I believe it was. All right, you can use whatever notes and videos. I just want to make sure you guys understand that information. And that shouldn't take you more than about 10 minutes. So the majority of today is going to be working on synchronized slideshow planning. All right. We talked briefly about some of the examples from past work. So I want you to now really put some thought into that and put it down on paper or on a slide. So I gave you a copy of or the slideshow on the bottom. All right. I'd like you to either make a copy of this slide that I gave as an example or make your own. It should include your name, the theme, so it could be some kind of event like I'm going to do the year in review. It could be a top 20, it could be maybe some memes, your photography or artwork, all right? But they should be unified in theme. For your final project, you're going to have 20 images at least. Just to get an idea for planning, I'd like you to include at least 2 on your slide. And the final thing would be a link to your music. All right, so here's my name. My theme is the Duza 2020 Year in Review. I put in a bunch of pictures. You can, if you're using the File Explorer, you can go right to your folder and drag it into your slides. All right, that's one way to bring it in. You can also insert image from any of these sources. All right. So that should be pretty self-explanatory, pretty easy. I think the aspect with music might be the harder one. So I'd like you to list the artist and the song. All right. And then I'm going to pause my jazz music here. If I click on it, it's going to take me to this. All right. We will talk about downloading from YouTube at a later point. All right, but I just want to know what the music is in there for today. So to insert it like that, we're going to use what's called hyperlink. All right. I don't want to see just a really long URL that's like really ugly. All right. So just for demonstration purpose, I'm going to make a new slide. So we would have artist and song that you're going to get from your source. And the easiest way is to use this YouTube site. So what you can do is if you wanted to use this song here, click the arrow, click share. We can copy that link address, and then in our slide, we can just highlight it, press the link button, and paste. All right, so now if I present and click, it's actually a link. All right, there's ads that are popping up, of course, but now it's going to go to that song. All right, so that's going to give me an idea of what your musical selection is. Another way that you can do that, so if you're not using that site, and where was I? The other site that I've given you is this one called Ben Sound. This is pretty good too. You can play stuff. You know, you can filter by all kinds of stuff. And then if we download it, the only difference here is that we have to upload that to our Google Drive, drag it into it, so now that it's actually in your folder. And then if I right click and say get link, very important that you guys don't have restricted. You have to change the rights to anyone with the link. Then we copy, and then we can come back here and I can press the link button again and I can paste that link. All right, and then now if I play that one, brings up a mini player, and there's your music that way. All right, so we're working with some multimedia again, creating links out of text, and thinking about your planning so we can all visualize what's happening here, almost having a storyboard, right, as we've been talking about. All right, so I don't know, maybe that'll take you 20 minutes. I shouldn't think too much more than that. So we're up to about a half hour. And then lastly, your weekly summary. What did you learn this week and what did you create? I would think specifically, or things come to mind, your logo and your website you got finished. So on Twitter or the class summaries, describe it. So talk about it and show proof. So whether it's a link or an image itself, I think this is the class summary, so you can just add that right into there. All right, so as I said, I'm going to republish this once I upload the link to YouTube. That'll show up down here. And then if you do have any questions, just ask in email or in a class comment. And that's about it. So hope you all have a good weekend, and I look forward to seeing you on Monday.